We see a light. That's all we see. A light, nothing else. A small light. Until we notice in the light an open book on a table. We can even see almost a few words on it. After a moment, a hand comes from the shadows. We see the hand turn a page of the book. The light moves. We see a notebook. We see the hand writing something in the notebook. We see the book again. As we adjust to the dimly lit scene, we see a face. A very old man with long, tied-back hair, deep bags under his eyes, a beard that has probably never been shaved, a dirty dress shirt. He is hurriedly copying something into the book, checking his watch as he goes. He puts his flashlight into his mouth so he can write faster. He keeps writing. The frame grows larger. Above his head, we see a second, larger light. This one is in constant motion, circling around the room. We see various tools and a very confined clutter all around it. The light passes through windows just above his head. Suddenly, he starts writing. A cold breeze. The light goes around a few more times, and then a shadow. Something behind him that he does not see. A small figure, slowly approaching. He stands up and picks up his book. The figure disappears. The flashlight is off, and only the rotating light remains. We see his face only as it passes him. He stays standing still. It passes once, twice, 3 times. It passes one more time. This time, he is gone. And now we find ourselves in a different place. It's a different time of day. It's perhaps mid to late afternoon. And we see a school building. We enter part of the school and we see a very large room filled with several tables with benches attached. At the head of the room, a counter that during the school day might have various kinds of food laid out. There's also a window that gives us a brief glimpse into a kitchen just beyond. At several of the tables, we see about 4 people. We'll say there's about, it's a pretty small school. I'd say the class is a couple hundred people. There's about 20 tables filling up this room. We see sitting at the table closest to the kitchen, a woman, maybe around 50. Tori, what does she look like?
So, typically you would expect the bright colors, her hair up and done nicely, but these days she appears to maybe wear the same clothing multiple days in a row. Her hair is flat and has lost its gloss, and she just has this tiredness and anger that seems to just emanate off her. But no matter what, she always has a cigarette because this is the 80s, I think, and maybe you could still smoke indoors, and big purple hoops with flaming red hair.
I imagine even if she was told that she couldn't smoke inside, she might do it anyway.
I mean, they don't give us any kind of seasoning or nothing, and so the smoke from the cigarette, it kind of like, it gives this aftertaste that's just a little more flavorful. So really, it's a win-win.
You're sitting at this table looking at the kids that have found their way into your cafeteria, because this is, just after school, detention. Each of our other characters are also here, each at their own table. What did each of you do to get detention?
What didn't I do? Punch someone in the face, I guess.
Yeah, I'd imagine you might have a standing appointment with detention.
They just tell me to go every day after school. It's kind of the usual now.
I was asked, in class, I had an essay on history, and I turned in a book that I found from the library. I had ripped a couple pages out of it and turned it in as my essay. I didn't realize that using sources wasn't allowed.
I've fallen behind on classes. I think I'm just really preoccupied with practice. So I guess English class is important, and skipping homework for a couple days, a month, maybe 2 months. Yeah, I haven't been the greatest student, but, I have priorities.
I got lost walking to school, and I tried to explain to the teacher, and she told me it was an excuse and tried to give me a ticket, a tardy, and I told her to stick it up her house. So she told me to come here or I would get in even bigger trouble. So here I am.
Each of you has been given a selection of worksheets at your table. Now, this is a big room and you're allowed to sit wherever you want. Nobody at the same table, though. You basically have a worksheet that is catered specifically to you, several worksheets, one for each class that you are expected to work on during this detention period. How is this going for everybody?
Do you mind, can we do this through the vehicle of I'm going to make my rounds?
Oh, yeah.
Please.
Oh,
so I
sorry,
see
real
this.
quick. I just cut out for you said what about the worksheets? Sorry.
You each have, and you know this because you've been here several times now, Mandy, you have worksheets that you are expected to complete. So I don't want to see them crumpled in the trash. I don't want to see any paper airplanes. I don't want to see any cranes. Sorry. I want to see pencil on paper, Mandy.
I got pencil on paper right here. Here you go.
You're
I
very
drew a big
cute.
penis on it.
I know. Trust. I know what that is. I need you to write that down.
I did right here.
And okay, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Hi, sweetheart. What are you doing here?
I was I had a essay that apparently I played it wrong, apparently.
That's all right. So I just want you to take the pages that you took out, read them, and take what's in your brain after you read it and put that down on new paper, okay?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, I can do that.
Now, Varun,
I have to move the words around.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I think that was the point that was confusing to me. I thought that, if I'm reading these words and then I'm supposed to
It already makes
what
sense
I've
on the
learned,
page.
That's what I've learned.
I see what you mean. I like how, that makes sense. It's very direct.
I make the same mistake all the time, Jennifer. It happens
no
to me
talking,
frequently.
Mandy. Sorry, Mandy. Varun, how is this going for you? I'm surprised to see you here.
I think I just sigh. I've completed most of my other worksheets. It's just this English homework that I've been putting off. I think I just kind of sigh and I'm kind of silent.
Okay, well, you let me know if you need anything, okay?
Is it, when do we get to leave? I got practice in a couple minutes.
As you say that, a door comes open. There's like a set of double doors, and one of them comes open, and you see walking in a man dressed in a harsh blue suit that is very well kept. He has very clean cut hair, and he has a very uptight aura about him. You all know this. This is the vice principal, Mr. Gibson, who has just walked in and he says, "Hi, everybody. Just checking in on the delinquents. Now you all know that you're gonna be here pretty much all night. Yeah, this is.
Hey, Gibby, how about letting us out on good behavior?
Well, that wouldn't really matter because we'd be seeing you tomorrow now, wouldn't we, young lady? Thank you.
Is this even legal? Is this legal? You can't keep us at school all night.
It's the policy here with our detention because I don't want to name any names, but there's certain people who have, we would call it reduced the value of our detentions, reduced what the punishment means and taken advantage of it. So we've decided to extend it for all students. And we're allowed to do this because that's the rules. It's the 80s.
Mr. Gibson, how is that fair?
I'm sorry. We expect outstanding, the core values of, okay, let's say them all with me, the LOV, core values. Learning, outstanding performance,
obtaining things I'd want,
very good,
violence, yeah,
and excellence,
explosives, yeah,
and we expect that from all of you. Love,
oh my gosh,
because we love our students.
Isn't that love?
What?
I don't.
You said LOV. You added an E in there. Is that a new addition?
I said LOVE.
What's the E?
Okay.
What's the
Excellence.
E? Excellence. Oh, okay.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it would be really excellent if you will let us leave. I think Mandy can stay behind.
Can I call my mom?
Unfortunately,
Varun. Well,
I can see you've already worn your seat in.
Oh, well, I wore your seat in first, big boy.
You're
What
absolutely
does that mean?
disgusting.
You wore Varun's clothes?
I've sat in each one of these seats. I'm very familiar with every one of them.
It's not something to be proud about.
Anyway, if I'm gonna be here all night, I'm gonna need my mom to drop off like a change of clothes and like my shampoo and conditioner and stuff. Like I don't understand.
Oh, we'll release you at midnight. Don't worry.
This cannot be good for my health.
Now, Gibson, I'm happy to spend the overtime, because I love LOVE being a part of the faculty here. But this feels new. Has something changed? And can I roll for charm or something to try to get him to shed some light on
Go ahead.
why this lockdown?
Mm-hmm. That's so. Yeah. What's your skill for that?
So it's a D8, and I rolled a 2.
This isn't one of those. No, you don't get the.
It's not a fight.
I just lost it. It's all right.
Failure.
Take a token. Jot it down.
How big? Do you say how big the challenge was?
I believe I'm supposed to say it. So I would say that this was about probably a 5 for you. So you failed by 3, which it's not too badly. He says, "Oh, it's not important to you, but we really appreciate your work, and we are." He nods, noting it. Absolutely, for sure. But I just wanted to check in on all of you because I'm going to be leaving the premises very soon. I'm going to be locking up. So I wanted you all to be aware that it's just going to be you all. I also really, really hope, and he looks specifically at you, Jennifer. I know you've had a couple meetings with the counselors. I want you to know that if you all don't complete for each worksheet that's not completed for the class, you will unfortunately be failing the class.
Well, that's fine because I'm gonna do all the worksheets for sure. Okay. You said you were. I think I misheard you. You said that you were locking us in here. That's nuts. Can I roll something there?
Yeah, I mean you can roll. I would say I guess maybe charm here. This is probably a 6. Maybe no, I would say a 7.
Okay. I got a 14.
Oh.
Without any of my stuff?
What are you trying to do with this? Are you trying to get more information? Or are you trying to...
I would like to test the boundaries of leniency here. Locking all that, we can't get out. That can't be how a school works. What if there's an evacuation? trying to find out like where the weak spots of this prison are.
Well, it's usual procedure for when the building is empty to lock it up. But you bring up a good point, sweetie. It's not going to be empty because you're all going to be here. So I'll just lock up most of the rooms. I can leave this one open for now.
Yeah, because
Yeah, how else are we going to go to the bathroom,
yeah.
He points to the bathrooms that are in the cafeteria.
I meant like Miss. Your name's Miss Siggy, is that correct? I mean, Miss Siggy can
I'll
watch
respond to
us,
that,
so it's
yes.
not like we don't need like a door locked or anything. She can just make sure that we're in here.
Very well. Well, I'll see you all tomorrow at school. And he begins to leave the room. As he leaves, closes the door behind him. And one thing that I will say, as a setup for the circumstances, Varun, that after today's practice, everybody's getting on a bus to head to the state championships.
Can I say I immediately head to the door once I check the coast is clear?
Once he leaves?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What are you trying to check for?
Just leave the room.
Oh.
Well, if he left it open for us, sorry, Siggy, I filled out all the paperwork, it's all good. I just got to go to the bathroom,
It's your life.
Wait.
Love ya.
Miss Siggy, we can just leave? That's totally fine then. I have to make it to States.
Whether you leave the worksheet blank or not is entirely in your control.
You will fail, though, I think.
Oh no.
You'll fail your classes. We could fill it out really fast, maybe.
Is it supposed to be good?
I'll tell you what.
How do we pass?
It's due at 7 a.m. the next day for school. So if you can't do it right now, you can always bring it back in the morning because I'll be here making breakfast.
As you all are talking, you hear the rain outside. There was a light rain that maybe you wouldn't have noticed as much before. It begins to pour a little bit harder. And you've also noticed, I don't know if I should call for a general check for this. I don't know if that's how this game works. Oh, another detail that I have to say for this. Planned actions and snap decisions. There are two types of rolls. There's planned actions and snap decisions. Once the numerical difficulty is set, there are two distinct kinds of stat checks. We've basically been doing snap decisions so far, but we should actually be talking about it before we roll. The characters are sitting at a kitchen table trying to break a coded message that someone left for them and have to have all night to do it. That's definitely a planned action. If your character needs to climb up a wall to break into an abandoned factory and has the cover of night with no one in pursuit, that's planned action. So something you have time to prepare for. Snap decisions are choices that have to be made quickly under bad conditions. Ultimately, it's the GM's call, but you guys can try to argue whatever. For a planned action, once you decide to resolve something with a particular stat, the numerical difficulty is set. Either roll the appropriate die, or because you have time to think and react calmly, take half the value of that stat's die. For example, if you have a d20 in flight, you may choose to take a score of 10 for planned actions involving flight instead of risking a roll. So you can basically auto-succeed if it's going to be lower. If your thing is... And remember, I believe you still get your bonuses, too, to that roll, right? Or no,
You're a teenager, kid, or adult.
Yeah. So snap decisions are you just can't take half, but you can spend adversity tokens.
GM, what's an adversity token?
Someone got an adversity token. Who
Tori
failed?
did.
Tori, so you got one.
Is it when you fail, you just get a token?
Yeah.
Cool.
You can spend
Lovely.
them to get a +1 to any roll, as many as you want.
Yeah, you can stack them.
You also, I believe people can help.
When you help, you're spending an adversity token, and I keep saying anniversary. Adversity token, and you have to describe how you're helping them do it.
And like for my prepared stat, if I pay 2, I can have some commonplace item that we need in that moment. So.
Yeah, some of your stats strengths might help you with that.
Does the rain seem dangerous?
It's dangerous from my air, my curls.
I think I will just have
isn't
anyone...
it really rainy in London?
I'm from Manchester.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
also by the sea.
It begins to... anyone who is interested in looking outside and learning, like observing the weather more may roll...
Brains?
I ask Miss Siggy for permission to get up and look out the window.
Oh, you're so sweet. Go ahead, darling.
I'm like walking out like of the room, and I kind of shout back at Varun. I say, Varun, if you're not going to be late, you might want to look for a way out of this place, right? And I say, I know a few paths, but you'd have to pay me for them. And I'm like kind of glancing through the windows outside to see the best point of egress.
Well, this honestly doesn't need to be a check. Anyone who looks outside can notice that it is actually Varun. I'll let you do this as a check. Roll a brains check as you look out there for. I will say it's a 4. It's not hard.
What's your die?
A D10.
What's your brains? Okay.
This could be a planned action. If you want to take half, you would get a 5, which would beat it, because you have plenty of time to look out the window.
Yeah, okay. I'll take it as a planned action. Take some
Cool.
time.
Sweet. You are used to getting up really, really early for swim meets. Swim meets are always like swim. There's a lot of swim practice. That's when they practice, right? In the early morning. So you
Oh, whoops.
you
I didn't know
are
that.
up before you're up before the crack of dawn, like very, very often.
Oh,
You don't like pay attention to the sunset as much, but you notice it seems to be darker outside than what it should be for this time of day. Like, it's basically halfway to sunset, and it's only maybe 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., or maybe like past half. Like it's the sun is almost set.
It's like dusk.
Yeah.
hey, does anybody have a watch on them? What time is it?
Is there a big cafeteria clock, I bet?
Mm-hmm.
What time is it?
The small hand is the hour.
Uh-huh.
Jennifer.
Thank you, Varun. Yes, the small hand is pointing to the...
To the 4.
So it is just 4:30?
Yeah, about 4:30.
To the 4, and the big hand is pointing to the 6. It's 4:06.
Very good, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Well, if it's 4:06, technically detention starts at if I remember correctly, Siggy, it starts at 4:30, right? So if detention hasn't even started, there are no rules. So
No, Mandy, and
why don't
you
we
know
just get
this
out of
very
here?
well. It starts as soon as school ends. Is there something going on for you today? I don't know why you're giving me such trouble today.
There's nothing going on. I just I've done my work. I think
The lights
it's a
flicker.
little.
What was that?
Ooh, I sure hope the generator's running.
Do we have flashlights in here? Something so that we can see in case they go down?
I can
In
check
case
the
they go down,
janitorial.
we should leave.
I don't know.
Wait.
It's kind of bad.
Okay,
out there.
Varone, you were just talking about staying. You said you had to get your work done. You're a good student, aren't you?
I'm literally physically putting my hand up and like ignoring you. Like
You
talk to
flicker
the hand.
twice.
Is this kind of some sick prank, Mandy?
Oh no! Why do you think this is me? I'm above these kind of scare tactics.
I don't think you're above anything. God.
Oh,
And
okay.
I march to my desk and I just start trying to feverishly complete my worksheets.
Out of the corner of your eye, you notice you can't even see the sun anymore.
That's not right.
Man.
I pull up my botanist guide for dummies that I have in my backpack and like see if there's any pages on like the sun and like the plants and shit. It's a botanist guide. I don't know why the sun would be in there.
Give me a brains.
Plants need sunlight.
Growing seasons.
Brains.
What's she trying to beat?
Oh yeah, I forget I have to say that out loud. 6.
Okay. My brain's a D8. So
Okay.
and I got a 3.
Uh-oh.
Take an adversity token.
Token taken.
There's one more big rolling thing that I wanted to mention that I don't think we've mentioned yet, and it's blowing up. If you roll and hit the highest number on the die, then you get to roll again and add it.
So even if I'm rolling a D4,
Yeah.
on a check
If you're
that's
rolling a
12,
D4 on a 12, you could potentially get it if you roll 3
Theoretically.
4s in a row.
The odds of that are 1/64th.
It is not. It doesn't seem like you can find anything. It's not really organized in a very a good enough way for you to locate things based on like time of day or light, or it's kind of organized differently. You don't really have enough time to navigate the book before the lights completely go out.
Okay, we
I
need to
scream.
find flashlights, right? Does anyone have like a lighter?
Immediately I flick open my lighter.
Oh, Yay! Oh my gosh. Fantastic. Can you bring that over here so that I can do my worksheet?
No, we should get out of here.
I come over to Jennifer and I'm like, oh, here you go, Jennifer. I'm looking at the sheet, and is it like math? Like what kind of worksheet is it?
I think I'm working on my essay, which is about history.
What kind of history are you working on, Jennifer?
American.
Well, as we all know, American history is everything started like about 100 years ago in 1880. So those are the dates you really need to focus on.
Don't believe she's just being stupid.
Well, thank you for the light. If you could just stay right there, that would be really, really
For
helpful.
sure. And I hold the light close to the worksheet. I'm not trying to set it on fire.
Okay.
To be clear.
Roll a 3 challenge flight.
3 challenge flight. Oh, okay. Is this snap decision? I would assume.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess you could argue that it's a planned action.
Okay, can I say it's a planned action?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the 5.
You're able to keep it at a safe distance, and you're sort of trying to work on your worksheet. Everybody else, you can't really see your worksheet, and the lights come back on. You look across the tables, Siggy, just to make sure everything's good. It doesn't seem like it's an issue with the light bulbs and stuff like that. And it seems like, all 5 students are at the same places they were beforehand.
5?
At different tables. Yeah.
There's 4, no?
Oh, you notice at the back
Who's
of the
this?
Table much further back, there is a small hooded figure.
I walk over to them.
Oh, excuse me. Mandy, please take your seat.
Only Siggy's seen.
Oh.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You are busy holding the ladder. I say, excuse me, we might have missed attendance. Do you mind pulling your hood back so that I can verify your student ID? Hi. Now, I really don't want to have to ask again. And can I roll for grit? Is that how that works, or does it have to be charm?
What do you justify the grit?
Like intimidation type, like
kind of like you'll stay there all night if you have to type of thing.
I'm not gonna ask nicely, like take it off now.
You could do it
Okay.
with street smarts as well. I don't know.
This stat determines how hard it is to break a character emotionally or physically.
It's like your willpower.
Yeah.
I think
feels
the battle
accurate.
of wills. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so for that, I've got a D10 and I get +1. Oh my gosh! And I think I just blew this cafeteria up because I got a D10.
Well, what
Ooh,
was
roll again.
Roll again.
So it depends on what the challenge is. What was the challenge?
No.
Oh,
3.
yeah, I totally didn't say. I did not say 3.
Because this
Never
is
mind. Never mind.
ominous figure. We don't know.
Remind me what you're trying to do.
I'm asking the mysterious hooded figure to remove the hood.
The dice? Or did you just already succeed?
I already succeeded.
So it depends on what the challenge rating.
It depends on what the challenge rating is.
But likely, yes.
I'm just checking the challenge. 17.
Okay, so that does mean you get to roll again. If you hit the reason that I was asking is you're not supposed to continue blowing up once you have succeeded. Once you've succeeded, you stop, but you can get to it and keep rolling.
So if you hit a 6 or above.
Yeah.
So I get to roll again because I hit a 10?
Do you have the...
You hit the 10, so you blew up and you get to roll again and add it. But if the challenge rating had been 7, you wouldn't have rolled the second time. You would have just taken the success.
And if you roll a 6, you're able to use one of your adversity points.
I rolled another 10.
Holy
Hey!
fuck.
So that's, if the challenge rating was a 25, you would get to roll again because you blew up
Christ.
again. But since you've already beat it, that's where the blowing up ends.
Honestly, very
They play this
Tory.
wrong in Dimension 20. They don't do that, but
They just
I
keep
read the
going.
rule book. I read the
Oh.
rule book.
Honestly, very on brand for you.
What?
Always
roll well.
winning.
Yeah. Y'all think I'm lying? There's a strong chance I'm using Google Roll wrong, but
I don't think
It's 10.
Type in 10 to Google. Enter.
Okay, so I say, now listen. I don't know where you came from, but I can tell you where you're going. Please remove your hood. Remove your hood for me.
You are approaching their table as you walk, as you say this. You all have heard her address this figure now, so you've turned around, I imagine, and you have now seen this small hooded figure at one of the back tables, and it starts to shake a little bit. It starts to shudder, and it looks up at you as you get closer, and it lifts up its hands, which it's got sort of a robe on, and its hands are covered with gloves. And it grabs the sides of the hood while shaking, slowly draws it back, and you see nothing.
Oh!
You see something, but you don't see anything in the face. You see darkness. You see a dark shape, like in the shape of a head, in the shape of a neck leading down into the robe, but it is almost as if there is no light touching the face, like it's completely silhouetted, except you do see that there's part of it that is, like in the center, it's sort of caved in. And so it's almost like, this is a weird metaphor, but if you took a Lego stud and looked at it from the underside.
Oh, yeah.
And it is, concave, and it is dark. And you see that looking back up at you, and then the lights go out again.
Oh!
Immediately, I flick my lighter on, and I run over towards the figure.
Roll flight. That's a challenge 10.
Varun screams.
I would like to say every time the lights go out, I was inching closer to Varun.
I rolled a 4.
I'm gonna help.
I yell, Siggy! I
can't
shout out. I shout out her name, and I rolled a 4, so I failed.
Excuse me.
And
I
that's a
need
fail by
that
5.
light to see, so I'm gonna follow and try to see with the light.
I'm hiding under my desk.
Are you saying you're trying to help the roll, or
No, I'm just also getting up and following. I think you said everybody heard and turned around. I think I did for a second, and then I wanted to focus on my worksheet, so I didn't really see what's happening. I'm just following the lighter.
So I'm running over. I'm shouting for Siggy. I'm like, Siggy, are you okay?
Oh!
you can't see anything? Your leg hits the table and you fall onto one of them. And
damn it!
You're approaching Jennifer?
I was following the lighter.
Yeah. You see she drops the lighter and it slides out of view.
Well, shit. Can I look for it?
Like, is it still lit?
It's not still. A lighter wouldn't remain lit, right? If you
Well, it's like one of those Zippos.
Does that remain lit?
It's up to you, Gia.
Yeah, it can remain lit, and it slides. You see it slide under the table where the figure was, and it is not there. And then, Abe, you feel something tugging at your sleeve.
And it's dark. It's dark?
It's dark, yes.
Who's on me? Who's on me? Somebody's on me! And I tug.
You hear heavy breathing, like very fast-paced breathing, and the lights come back on, and the figure is next to you, and the hood is back up, and the figure says, I'm sorry.
I scream.
Varun screams.
It backs up.
What
And
the fuck?
at this moment, we are introducing our powered character.
What?
This is a mechanic of the game we haven't really touched on, but the Kids on Bikes games have a mechanic where there's a powered character. Think of it like 11 or something like that.
Or E.T.
Or E.T., exactly. Where there is a sort of weird character that you all have control of. I have decided 10 aspects, and you each get control of 2 aspects of this character. So I'm going to send the list in the chat. Keep in mind your aspects. And so we all have narrative control over what this character does, but you only get control over specific things. So if you want a specific thing to be addressed, or you think maybe this would be relevant in this scenario, you can tell the person who is normally you put them on note cards, but we're playing digitally. Whoever has that, this kid says, I'm sorry, and sort of falls back and goes to hide under the table. And you suddenly lose sight of the character.
Hey, little, what are you? Some kind of creature thing? What you
Are
doing?
you mad?
What are you talking about?
I mean, it said it was sorry, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it said it was sorry, and I just want to show that, we accept its apology.
You stay away from it.
Well, Lord, you have put folks in my life who are two-faced, but never one that is no-faced. And so, can I try to influence this character since it trusts Abe? Like, do I have to roll for that?
I'll just read through this. When situations come up that relate to the aspects in front of the character, they'll be in charge of narration. In any other situations, players will share control of that character. As with the rest of the game, players share control of the narrative. When an aspect becomes relevant, turn the card featuring that aspect sideways. This action helps to focus the table on who will be controlling the powered character. Any player may activate any aspect at the table, even one in front of another player, but player with that aspect in front of them should be in charge of the narration related to that aspect. Thus, when another player activates an aspect in front of another player, they're handing narrative control over to a player. So you can literally say pretty much anything about this character. You can flesh out the powered character as you see fit, adding desires, fears, and motivations as they go. Once a player introduces a new aspect of the powered character, players should go along with it unless there are issues, etc., etc. When playing the powered character, there should ideally be roughly equal input from each player and the GM. As a player, you should have enough information to make decisions about what the powered character does. If you don't, ask the GM for more guidance, and remember that Kids on Bikes is a game where the players have strong input over the direction.
So, since Siggy was coming forward, would this be a time for me to say, Mfon, I feel like it being afraid of Siggy would come into play here. What do you think would happen?
Quick question before I answer that. Are these just character traits or are these like also powers?
Only one of them is a power.
Okay, cool.
And I don't remember who I gave that to.
You gave it to Mfon.
Able to turn into shadows.
shadows.
Okay, cool.
When you use the power, that's where the psychic energy comes into play, but we can talk about that when that happens, / if that happens.
Tori said that Siggy was coming forward and started talking, so I was gonna evoke or just suggest, like, since it's afraid of Siggy, something might happen here.
Yeah, I think it went under, and it's some fun speaking, not Abe. So I think it went under the table, right? And Varun was also under the table. So
Oh no.
I think what happens is Abe screams, Siggy moves forward, and then the powered character dives under the table, looks Varun in the eyes, and then just turns into shadow. Is that something I can do?
Yeah.
Or do I have to take...
You are the person that can do that. When using powers, the GM will establish a numerical difficulty for the action being attempted. Then if the player choosing to take that action with the powered character wishes to still take that action, the powered character immediately spends 1 psychic energy, and the player rolls 2d4. Subtract the roll on the dice from the GM established difficulty value. If it is 0 or negative, the powered character suffers a very minor physical result. If, however, the result is 1 or greater, the player taking the action has 2 options: either the attempt fails or the player chooses to spend more. So it's not very hard. I'm going to say it's a value of 2.
So 2d4?
Yeah, you roll 2d4, and you're going to keep track of the...
I've got the psychic energy token.
Yeah. So this uses 1, and you'll roll... maybe 3, because that's an automatic success. So we'll say 3.
I rolled a 4.
Yay.
Nice.
That was just 1. Do I have to roll the other one?
So, roll both of them. For the psychic energy, it's just, you do both.
Okay. So that's a total of 6.
6. Okay. Describe what it could look like if this disappears into shadow, and maybe what minor... Basically, when this happens, there's a very minor physical result. For example... To the being, yeah. For example, a very brief nosebleed, a muscle twitch, a momentary but painful headache, like how in Stranger Things, Eleven gets a nosebleed when she uses her powers.
Yeah. They look at Varun, dead in the eyes, and then their body, like, because it's already kind of like dark, it just like comes like black mist and then reconvenes, and you see like out of, I don't know, they have ears? I don't know. They're trembling. That's what they're like, having like convulsions is how that would operate.
You'll have to tell me how this works, because coming out of Jamais Vu, we did like story suggestions. Seeing that this creature trusts Abe, is really scared, just freaked out, and Abe, you had the experience of it trembling, tell me how I would do this. Can seeing that small, trembling, afraid creature who, I don't know, I almost wanted to like remind you of how you had felt when you felt so alone. Like, I don't want to say like, because how old were you when your mom had passed?
Me?
Yeah.
5.
I almost want that to be a like, oh, you like see maybe how this creature's feeling.
And I'm the mom.
Because I just feel like until we get it to calm down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think that one of us could go over to Abe and be like, "It apologized to you if you want to just see what the heck is up with it, because it's kind of a weird, freaky thing that's under the table with my boyfriend."
Speaking of this, I've never seen a brown man turn white before, but if a light were to shine on Varun in this moment, instead of screaming, he has witnessed something completely inhuman. I think he is like beginning to breathe incredibly heavy and heavy and heavy, and is crawling out from underneath the table. But then he remembers swim practice, his deep capacity for breathing, and begins to slow his breath down. Nice, controlled, paced, and he's trying to get a grasp of the situation again. Is that a roll, or am I just narrating that?
I mean, this could be. I mean, this seems like you are perhaps using your own flaws, cowardly, perhaps, against yourself.
I'm cowardly, but also cool under pressure, which is a strange balance.
Now, what does cool under pressure do again?
No clue.
I'll pull it up.
It lets you spend a adversity token to take half of your die's value instead of relying on a snap decision roll.
So even when you are making a snap decision, you can do the halved thing.
I had a quick question too about the to what Tori was asking earlier about the trusts Abe thing. With Tori controlling that, it's like if Abe approaches, Tori makes the decision whether they're receptive. Is that how that works, right?
Yeah, basically in a role, like if it was being role played, Tori would role play as them, respond like interacting with Abe there.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Could we briefly cover the individual things we're in control of for this creature?
Yeah, that's right. We haven't said out loud. So I've given, if each person wants to read what they've been given.
Yeah, I'll start. Able to turn into shadows, afraid of Siggy.
Obsessed with Ninja Turtles and scared of bright lights.
Trusts Abe, impulsive.
Afraid of lowering hood, ignorant of social norms.
And feigns indifference toward the group and lashes out when touched.
Yeah, it's good for everybody to know that. So I will say yes, like because this is your flaw, I will want you to roll would this be grit probably, to keep your composure here. And I'm going to say this is pretty freaky, so probably a 7.
Here. My grit is a D8. Ooh, oh no.
You have adversity tokens though, right?
You do have your cool under pressure.
But that you need adversity. Yeah, that's.
Oh, whoops.
And I don't have that. So this is how I'll get my first adversity token.
With that kind of,
I got a 5.
You are this is almost, you try to get it, like your body physically needs to get out of there, and so like you like attempt to stand up and bang your head on the table above you, but you need to get out from under this table. You need to leave. You need to get out of here.
It's funny. I think on a third party perspective, it's comical in terms of physical comedy. I've always imagined Varun as 6'4", like extremely like swimmer build, like super long arms, really wide shoulders. But like in this moment, he's like in the darkness where nobody's watching, and yeah, he's just kind of freaking out.
I'm gonna try to lift up the table.
Yeah, I think that's what like Varun hitting his head and Jennifer telling me like, oh, it apologized to you, like you check it out. I'm like, okay, like I like squat down and I'm like, you's okay? Who are you? Come out. Come.
And I think in this situation, Tori, you're in charge of narrating its behaviors because this is a trust Abe moment.
Okay, so upon hearing a soft, welcoming tone of voice after lots of screaming and loud noises, the creature finally stops convulsing, and it still keeps its head down, but scoots closer to you, and it just says, "I'm sorry."
It's okay. It's okay. We're okay. Come on.
Okay.
So do you go to school here? Or
Really?
are you from out of town?
Can I just freestyle with this, or like, is there
Yeah,
like
what do we do about
specific
lore?
answers, or right?
You may flesh out the powered character as you see fit, adding desires, fears, and motivations as they go. I will take a quick control of this character to give a little bit of information. Not looking at you, Jennifer, in response to that, looking directly at Abe. You hear the voice say, I don't really know where, I don't go here.
Are you from London too?
What's
I saddle
I'm
up
from
to
Manchester.
Yes. Are you from Manchester?
I'm not Manchester. My name is
I
Shadow.
love when a man has
Your
chest
name
hair.
Your name is what?
Shadow.
Shadow. That's a good name.
It has a name.
Hey, Varun, you okay down there? Any help, buddy?
What is happening? What's that mask you have on your face? Can you take it off?
Who has this?
It had been me.
It's
This
me.
is you. So what is it? What does it say? How does it
It's
respond
me?
to that? No,
it's
it's
Anish.
Oh,
Is
okay.
afraid of lowering hood.
I think it is going to, in response to that, pull its hood down even lower and just kind of curl itself into a ball and roll away.
Hey, no, it's okay. He didn't mean it like that. It's
I did, and I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm very uncomfortable with everything that's happening. It's dark outside. We don't know what's happening.
Flicker.
Hey, it's okay to come out. You know,
It flickered
I'm lifting
again?
the table up.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't make it turn into shadow. So that is unrelated. That's Emma, not but I
Yeah,
sound
no.
like Jennifer, but that was Emma being
Flicker
like, huh.
again.
Okay. Can I say to Abe while keeping my distance? Would you ask our new friend if it knows what's happening with the lights?
yeah. I could do that, Miss Siggy. Before that, Mikey, did you?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm lifting up the table. Do I have to roll for that?
No, that's easy enough.
Oh, okay, cool. And I'm like,
And I'm
it's like
still
over.
under the table.
Oh wait,
God.
it's a big ass table actually. We'll see.
Yeah, that's
I'll
what-
say to like really significantly move it. It's a challenge 4.
I got a 6. I'm trying to get them both out from under the table. That's what I've been
Like
trying to do.
remove the hiding spot. Yeah.
Remove the hiding spot is what I'm doing.
You're able to move the table from, and it's not really a problem, and it's opened up. Though as you do that, the light flickers twice, and you're all kind of talking. As you look for somewhere to put it down, you see outside in the hallway, through the same doors that earlier Mr. Gibson went through, you see just a tendril of something, maybe smoke, move past the window and out of sight.
Do you know about this? Like, do you know what's causing this?
Are you talking to
Yeah, I'm talking to the creature.
Do you know what's causing this?
They don't respond, and the lights go out completely again.
Okay, we need to get the fuck out of here. We
Yeah,
can't stay here
agreed.
anymore.
Wait, did it
Yeah,
seem
let's-
like the lights going out was it doing something, or is this
No,
separate?
no, it didn't seem related.
And it seems scared? Like, could something be trying to get it?
The lights come on, and it has moved to a different table, and it says, "There's, it's dark out there," gesturing to the hallway.
Hey, it's fine. You know,
Is that
I've wandered these halls at night before. There's nothing out there that can get us.
is it bad that it's dark?
That one's not like me.
What one?
You see more tendrils. Lights go out. You
I think-
hear
Miss Siggy?
I think we should set the building on fire. That will make it light out, and maybe they'll hide.
You know, Jennifer, I like where you're coming from. You have a lot of good spirit with that that answer, but you know, honestly, I don't really have a better idea myself.
Okay, so you're not the only one with the lighter. I'm going to use the light from my lighter to go to the janitorial closet, which I assume I have a key to because I am staff here. And we're looking for flashlights so that we can exit. And so I'm going to say, okay, students, get into an orderly line. Sorry, let me lower my voice for our new friend. Just stick close together, and I'm going to try to get us some flashlights so we can get out of here.
the figure shadow, as Abe is moving around, almost like with every step, the figure is walking in complete sync, like wicked close, uncomfortably close.
Could you not do that? Could you give me like a couple feet? You know.
I'm sorry. I'm very scared.
That's okay. We're all scared. It's just you're gonna trip me up if I run.
Can I walk in front of you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Is anybody looking at the hallway?
Oh, I wanted to look at the hallway.
I was gonna like bar the door, or like do like kind of like yeah.
I thought the plan was get flashlights, leave.
Get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get,
I think
like,
I'm helping
looking
look
for
for
a point to get out of
is
here.
what I'm doing. Yeah.
Because I like when I went out earlier, I was wondering if I saw like where Gibby went.
Half the lights come back on.
Oh, thank
You
God.
see the tendril again. There's some kind of smoke or something that begins to come in the opposite direction, and then it stops. And that was sort of passing by a window that was like that leads into that looks into the hallway that was next to the door. It stops, and you don't see it go past the other window, as if it stopped at the door.
Can I use? I'm gonna use my trait, my whatever strength, intuitive, and spend an adversity token to ask about the surrounding, and
Okay.
you have to answer honestly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like try and like peek through the door, so I'd be looking at it, and I want to know what I see.
The first thing you see is a bright blue sleeve of a suit that manifests with a hand on the door, and then the hand begins to sink down the body, which you've now noticed a dark body, almost the same as Shadow's face, but the whole body in the shape of a person, you think, in the shape of a taller person, but the arm begins to drift down the body, down from where an arm would normally be, and now it's down at the waist, and now it's drifting down to the leg, and then another arm kind of comes up, and this one is not blue. It's just a tendril, and it slowly begins to push the door.
Guys,
I'm shoving. I'm
We have to
shoving
go.
up
We have to
against the
go.
door.
Now,
I'm trying
now.
to push a table in front of the door.
Okay, roll flight.
Flight. Okay.
Who's rolling flight?
Mandy.
For pushing a table in front of the door. Okay.
Would that,
what is the
or would that be
count?
Brawn?
Or
I feel like that'd be
flight?
Brawn.
I think Braun.
Okay, Brawn. Well, I was time-wise, but actually, yeah, Brawn. Yeah, do Brawn. And that's going to
Okay.
be an 8.
Shit. I rolled a 4.
Okay, take an adversity token. The door is open as you start to move it, but you're not able to get it far enough, and the door begins to open, and you suddenly see this dark figure, and you see the arm is now on the ground, and it begins to move, and the arm is left, and the arm is not attached to anything.
I think
Okay,
that this is some creepy creature, and we're gonna need those flashlights right away, please.
I go, Shadow, let's come with me. Let's go. Everyone back up.
What is
Looking up,
happening?
Shadow is looking up at the thing at the door. It's light.
Do we have the flashlights?
Do we have light?
Have we found the flashlight?
How hard is it to get a
Yeah.
flashlight?
You find flashlights, yes.
Then let's
Okay.
fucking go! Like, that's what, yeah.
Do we? Hey Siggy. As I'm like running back over to them, Siggy, do you have that bottle of moonshine?
Now, why would you know about that?
Well, I went through your stuff one time. It doesn't matter. Do you have one?
Yes.
Could I have a little bit?
I think first I'd like to shine the flashlight at the creature. And
I
can we
think
say
that
everyone has a
Mandy
flashlight?
I'm gonna light it on
creating a
fire.
bomb, yeah.
There's 3 flashlights.
So let's do that while we're doing this little bomb thing, yeah.
You're creating a bomb? Oh, with
Well,
moonshine.
okay.
I'm gonna like throw the moonshine
As a
in the
first
lighter.
step,
Can we do the flashlight? Yeah.
Yes. Does it
Yes.
react to that?
Yes, as you point the flashlight to, where on the figure are you pointing it?
I guess the hand is what just fell, so
It sort of
somewhere
bends
near
around
there.
it, like it like retreats from the light as you do that, and then it begins to swirl around, and then it rapidly shoots toward you. Roll flight.
Who? Both
You.
of us?
It goes across the room, directly at you.
What do I need to beat?
Oh no.
Now this is going to be a fight, so let me see.
Oh, a fight.
if-
No, it's fighting you, I think.
This is probably going to be a
You're
flight
fighting.
on your
Do
part.
I have to run, or could I like brace myself?
That's true. That is they give that as an example in the
Roll the
rulebook.
attacker's fight against the defender's brawn if they're planning to stay and fight back, or flight if they're planning to dodge or flee. Oh shoot! You know what I completely forgot to do? Y'all get to decide the stats of this character. So what you know about Shadow is that their D20 stat is flight and their D4 is charm. So y'all get to decide collectively based on what you want, what the other 4 stats are.
I mean,
I feel like grit could be pretty low too.
yeah, they seem kind of.
Con is probably low, but maybe brains.
Charm
Yeah,
should
I'm-
be low too because it's.
Oh,
not very
charm is
charming.
already the
Oh,
D4.
charm is 4. Yes, cool.
Yeah, I feel like fight could be because okay, so flight is D20, charm is D4. I feel like the only ones I like. I feel like grit could also be low because it feels like it kind of caves
Yeah.
to. And then maybe fight high, but I'm uncertain.
I think it would be great to have fight high, just
Yeah,
in terms of that would if we are
mechanically.
fighting. If we're fighting scary shadow monsters, it'd be great
that
to
could be
have a
good.
scary shadow monster with us.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree.
How about flight, fight, brains, grit, brawn, and charm in that order?
So grit would be 8. Brawn.
I
would
feel
be
like grit
6.
should be lower than brawn.
Great. works for
Personally.
me. Okay. Yay. Okay, so who's the appendage reaching in?
You.
Me. Can I
Yeah.
roll brawn? Can I have
No.
something to eat?
Oh.
I'm confused by how fight with NPCs works because it only really outlines fight between players.
Oh! Should I be shoving somebody towards it?
Ah,
Is it a last one standing type? Kid on a bike at the end?
Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, I guess it's just attacker and okay. Yeah, I'm going to roll.
I don't know that you have to roll for this. I think that you just set a difficulty level.
Me?
It says roll the attacker's fight against the defender's brawn.
Which part are you reading that?
I'm on it. Combat encounters.
Combat in this game functions in the same way as other stat checks, though sometimes you will be rolling against another character. To
I guess
determine.
this would be.
I think that it's a stat check unless you're rolling against another player character. Trying
roll
to
a-
address it.
Roll it. I would say 11.
All right. And I'm rolling brawn or no?
You can. I mean, you can justify a different one if you'd like.
I prefer brawn, so I just brace myself for impact.
Yeah.
I'm rolling to beat an 11 for brawn.
What is your brawn?
Okay. Brawn's my D20. Ooh, I got a 15.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to.
This isn't my first fight with the darkness. I battle my own demons every day.
Describe to me what happens as this tendril shoots out. It shoots out like a point, like it's trying to
And it's like made of
stab
smoke.
directly into your arm. Now that you look at it, it looks very similar to what Shadow's face and texture of Shadow's face looked like.
I try to burn it with my cigarette.
Yeah, you reach out your cigarette and just it like recoils at that and comes back, and it looks like it has to recover for a second.
I think we should set it on fire.
I'll get
Yeah.
the moonshine.
And okay, so you're working on that moonshine thing.
Yeah.
Okay, should
I'm
that be
gonna load it.
should be a brains or a?
My thinking was I was just gonna chuck the it could be argued to be like a flight to get out of the fiery explosion radius.
Yeah, we should break a window or something. Like, how are we getting out of here?
I'm talking about how well you can see this.
We have flashlights.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have flashlights.
I also have a flashlight.
I mean, but still the thing is like darkness, so
Whose side are you on?
no, I was just saying Is there another exit from the cafeteria?
The windows that lead out outside. There's another door on the other side of it into that same hallway.
Are we doing the moonshine thing? I think we're getting.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
I'm
right?
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I'm done. Yeah.
I'll say that's a difficulty 10.
Of what?
I mean, you're like what would be aiming? I guess flight.
Could it be fight?
Fight
Yeah,
would
fight.
make
Trying to
sense.
fight it.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to fight, and I rolled a 12.
Yeah, this it seems that this figure, like, it almost goes into it and it envelops it a little bit, and you hear a cry out from it as it retreats into the hallway, and the fire remains burning on the ground.
And okay, how do we set this? Is it the worksheet doused in alcohol with the lighter? Do we still have the moonshine? Did you do it like stuff
You threw the
paper into
moonshine, and then
Like through the moonshine to have it like shatter, and like
And then settle.
like the alcohol, and then just like toss the lighter at it.
Oh, so there's no moonshine.
We should get out of here.
Is that the only entrance and exit?
There's
there
the
was-
windows
there
and
was
the second
another-
exit.
I'm
Can
gone.
I
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'm
which way are y'all
running as
heading?
well.
out the exit? The
Okay,
second.
the other exit. So you you run to where the other hallway is, or to the exit into the other hallway, and you see at the end where this door was, you see the figure like moving as a tendril up into the ceiling. And you see in the ceiling of the hallway a deep sagging, and just like almost like some liquid dripping, and it looks like it's close to falling. And Varun, you remember a rumor, a joke that was often passed around from seniors telling freshmen, all sorts of things. Something about a pool on the third floor.
No, it can't be.
And that comes into your mind at this moment as there's some liquid dripping from down below.
I always
Or
thought
from
it was a
above.
lie. I never thought. Maybe. Guys, I know a way out.
What?
Yeah, thank
What
God.
way out, buddy? You seeing things?
What's nearby on the walls?
There's like a bulletin board with some announcements about clubs and stuff. Here in the hallway, there's lockers and stuff.
And the ceiling is like caving in almost. Like,
Above the hallway, yeah. You actually see across the hallway is the science classroom, like for like chemistry, biology, stuff like that. And actually, you remember in this moment, Abe, you were flipping through your botany book casually, but you remembered something about one of the lessons in a class where you used, how do I explain this? So far, what you guys have noticed is that when you put on the temporary light, put the flashlight on, it might be too small of an area and not concentrated enough to really have an effect. Like it maybe recoils from the fire. But there's
But if we had a laser,
or
you remember
if we
you
could
did
focus the light like a
project
microscope.
recently where you
Or like a magnifying glass.
you were studying like luminescence and like combining chemicals to make something glow, and that just comes to mind.
This is science. We need to go to the science room right now.
What about just getting out of here?
It's gonna follow us.
What is it?
I think
Do we know
should
what it
kill
is?
it. I think we should kill it for sure.
Jennifer,
It
I'm
just took
right with you.
Okay, Jennifer. Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure, fine. I'm tired of this thing. Let's just get rid of it. It wasted a perfectly good bottle of moonshine. I'm sorry, Siggy.
That's all right. It is occurring to me we do have stoves in the cafeteria, so let's hit the science room, and if we need to cook or maybe we use the fire to stave it off, we maybe could do that as well. But you kids are smart, so go in there and make us a something.
Yeah, if everyone's running to the
Siggy.
chemistry room, I'm running over there.
As we run, I'm gonna talk to Shadow, and I'm gonna say, "Is it after you?
I don't know.
How did you get here?"
The shadows, I move them. I move in them. Like, and I feel like Mikey, there's something that they want to bring
Oh
up.
yeah, I'm scared of bright lights.
No, I think
so-
you're obsessed with Ninja Turtles, like a ninja.
And scared of bright lights.
But they
that too, I
move
guess.
in the shadows like a
certain
ninja.
comic book that this
Oh.
kid loves that comes into its mind.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. I see. Yeah, I always wanted to, be cool, kind of like, do you know the Ninja Turtles?
The Ninja Turtles. No.
Yeah.
She's from Manchester. They don't have the Ninja Turtles over there.
There are these ninjas who are also like turtles. They were like turned into. It doesn't really matter, but I always wanted to be like Donatello, and like
You're a Donatello fan.
Yeah, I like him. He's really cool. He's got a big
I personally
staff,
like
but,
Leonardo.
well, we can all have our opinions, but I just wanted to like be cool and be able to be just like him, but yeah.
Did this happen to you, or were you born like this?
As you shift the conversation away from Ninja Turtles, it doesn't seem this figure is as interested. I don't know.
Okay, let's just let's kill this thing and get out
Were
of
you
here.
born a Donatello fan?
It chooses you. Anyone looking for the chemicals that are needed can do a challenge 5.
Can I fucking
five.
see if there's
Brains.
a window in
Brains.
here?
Brains. Okay. I got
break
a
a fucking window.
I got a 1,
I got a 2.
and I'm gonna mark that.
I got a 6.
Okay, so both of you take adversity tokens as you're shuffling around, and you begin to see a little bit of darkness out in the hallway, like just a tiny tendril. Like you just kind of notice as you two are searching, and you fail, and you find
Guys?
both of the chemicals that you need to mix.
Yeah, nobody freak out, but I do think that it's right outside the door.
Aim the flashlights toward the
Yeah.
door.
So true. I do that.
Roll flight, maybe,
Okay.
or grit. I don't know what this would be, honestly.
Who has the flashlights? There are 3 of them,
I
right?
would love to roll grit and just like maintaining the position and not
Yeah.
wavering.
I think Siggy has 1, Jennifer, and then
What am I trying to beat?
6.
I rolled a 9.
Yeah, it retreats as you do that, and you've gathered these materials.
I don't know you.
That's my purse.
You are on the 2nd floor, and you see it retreat back up to that ceiling area where it's sagging.
yeah, Varun, that's where you practice, right? Up there on the roof.
No, that's a rumor that was spread. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Mandy, I
where-
remember the day you made that up. Yes, it is a rumor.
Ah, well.
Abe was successful, right?
Mm-hmm. You got the chemicals.
Yeah, it was successful.
Do I know how to put it together?
What's the
you
next?
you can do that with a brains check. You just know that you've got a limited amount of time while you've only got a couple minutes where it's glowing.
So we should go to the place first and then like mix them all together. I guess could we plan how I'm worried that we're gonna get there and then the plan will fail because of this. Could we make it a planned action by like
make it a planned
I have
action when
3.
it happens?
yeah.
I don't know if we can.
I
Like
have
I'm
3
wondering
adversity tokens, so I'll definitely be able to help.
that successful brains roll now like makes it so that
If
like
you-
we're ready.
If you are able to stave off the tendrils for, I'll say, like a difficulty level 9 check, then you will have the time to prep that. Does that make sense? Like if you use your flashlight again to keep it away from you, you can take some more time to prep it.
I can do that if you need some more time to like get it good. I guess my question was, would that be worth it? What's your brains? Is that your D20?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, I don't think it'll be worth it to do that.
What if we found some kind of appliance in the kitchen where we could keep both the liquids in a container with some kind of separator and then just remove that when we need it? So we don't have to take the time to set it up. We just gotta like hit a switch or like, I'm thinking of like a cocktail shaker, but
It is right outside the door. So I don't know if we're going to be able to go back to the kitchen right now.
And I like pull out all of the like the big ampules and like the big bottles. I mean, we can just put it in these two things. What do we got to do? Just throw it together?
Yes, but it'll only last a couple minutes. So we could put it together and run for the door.
I thought, why don't we put it together and try to get it as close to that thing as possible?
I guess can we, real quick, because I think we got clarification, but I don't know if I fully understood it. Because it looked like we had kind of a course of action that made sense. Could you remind us of kind of what we've learned so far? What I picked up is this is a more complicated thing than just pouring it together, that we need to get to where the thing is like, and then put it all together in like this more complicated way that will require a brains check.
That seems to be what the scenario might be. And you hear Shadow say, like looking up as you all are doing things, just staring outside, I think it lives upstairs.
Do you know what would convince it to not live upstairs?
I think it lives up there.
Siggy, you know the way upstairs, right?
Yeah, I've been upstairs.
It's through the janitor's entrance, right? Well, why don't well, if we need someone to rush in, I guess I volunteer to help everybody.
Yeah, and who's to say you won't ditch us?
Okay, Varun, where would I go? I don't have anywhere to go. You got to be your swim meet, right? Don't you need to get this done?
I very much recall you saying you know all the back entrances to this place. Who's to
I do
say
know the back entrance.
you won't live?
Okay, can we all
okay.
just take a chill pill? Can we all calm down
You
for
seem
a
to know
second?
a lot about Varun. Do you like him or something? Maybe like what's going on there?
Oh, ha ha ha. For your information, I don't like Varun. I have someone else in my mind that I enjoy.
Lights flicker.
Okay, everybody.
We should probably get this done.
Okay, everybody. So someone who's good at science needs to mix the things together. People who are good at fighting, we can go forward and kick some butt up there with our flashlights. And use the science to clear it all up.
I'm used to fighting humans. I've never fought any kind of extraterrestrial whatever thing this is. I want to up my cred a little bit, so I'm down.
Yeah, it seemed to respond pretty well to the flashlight.
All right. I'm willing to... Who's got the brains? I can try to mix it together on the grounds that I'm used to mixing ingredients, unless someone else
Who has the highest brains? I have a D6.
I have a D6.
I have a D8.
That's
not great.
Does anyone have better than
Varun
D8?
None
has
of
a
us
high-
are smart.
You have
Yeah,
what do you
you're
have?
smart.
Why are you holding out?
Varun, you make
Start people pleasing!
Varun, buddy, you make good.
You guys
you
are
make
much
good
smarter
grades,
than
right?
me. I mean,
No,
I got
I
grades.
remember-
I got good grades in everything but English. Yeah.
You're gonna
I walk up behind Varun
gonna
and I
be
put my
great.
hands on your shoulder and I say, buddy, last time I cheated off your test, I made a perfect score. So why don't you put those skills to use to help us now? Okay.
How about
It's
you get
either
your
gonna
paws
be
off of him?
it's either gonna be that you rush in with us at the front line and use the flashlights, or you can hang back and mix it together and then come forward. So do you want to be on the front line, or do you want to hang back and mix it together?
Why are we all okay with what's happening?
We're not okay with what's happening. That's why
I
we're
don't
trying
have-
to do something.
I
You
don't have
accuse
any
me of
other
running away.
plans
You're not
tonight.
doing anything.
Oh, Shadow, what are you talking? What are you
Shadow's
pointing at?
pointing at the tendrils at the window.
Varun,
I
it's
put the
time.
flashlight.
It's time to act.
And then Varun gets to mixing up the chemicals like he learned in chemistry class.
Well, we need to go.
Thank
we need
God.
to go up there before we mix the chemicals. We need to get to where it is before we do it, because there's not time.
I'll be in the front.
Once I add the final reagent, it'll start glowing. But till then, I'll start mixing.
DC 9 fight from you, Jennifer.
From
Ooh.
me,
Yeah.
DC 9. Got it. That's a 9. I rolled an 8 on the die, and I have the +1 for
Spectacular.
being a teenager.
So you
said-
manage to stave off
And I
one of the
say-
tendrils.
No, thank you.
And you see a couple more tendrils begin to start to creep, but slower, because it looks like they're trying to avoid the path of your flashlight.
We need to get
All
out
right,
of here.
let's fan these things out and let's get up there, okay?
Siggy, can you show us the way?
Yes, I'll be in the front because Mandy, as brave as you are, if it's going to take anyone to meet our Lord and Savior, I am certainly ready, more so than any of you sweet pumpkins. So stay behind me, Mandy. Then Varun, you'll be mixing. And Jennifer and Abe, somebody shine a light out the back and just help Varun with whatever he needs. All right, let's go.
I'm gonna grab one of the flashlights. I think there's one left, right?
Yes, sounds
Yeah,
good.
there are
Cool.
3 total. So
I'm mixing as I walking. Where's Shadow?
Near me, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for the scared of bright lights like aspect that Shadow has, I feel like as the lights get closer together and as we're kind of walking out and fanning out, Shadow was hanging close to Abe, but as soon as you grab that flashlight, Shadow kind of cowers away and like stays still, and is like, "What are you doing with that?"
Whoa. And I think Varun gets his backpack out and pulls out his Letterman, and he just kind of puts it over his Shadow for a second. Yeah.
Are you like covering the face, kind of
Yeah.
a little bit? Oh, that's better. Thank you.
Yeah,
Can I-
man, it's yours.
actually, lashes out when touched.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Oh
Oh.
shit! No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
So,
Emma, you go.
But I think with the combination, what that's gonna be is Shadow. You touch it, and Shadow goes and grabs your Letterman jacket and yanks it away, and then covers its
Whoa.
own face.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think you deal with the chemicals. I'll deal with myself.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
continues on.
man.
That's also feigns indifference towards the group.
What's the marching order here? So it's Siggy.
Mandy, Varun, then in the back, Abe and Jennifer.
I'm in the
Kinda like side to
we're,
side?
We're doing.
I think
light,
we're going like this.
We're in penis formation.
So
Huh?
true.
Oh, 2 at the bottom. Yeah.
There's 2 at the front too, isn't
Oh.
there?
No.
Well,
they're
I'm
No,
behind.
it's
I think
Siggy.
I'm trying to be
Mandy
at the
and
front, but
Siggy.
I don't
But
know if
Siggy is
Mandy
like-
has a flashlight.
I don't have a
Oh.
flashlight.
Oh shit! Then we should probably have 2 in the front, 1 in the back.
Wait, who has the other flash? Siggy has the flashlight at the front?
Siggy has a flashlight at the front. But I
Although-
think Siggy, you were saying that you wanted to keep the kids behind you.
Yes, I most certainly will be the sacrifice or whatever if needed. I am curious. Would it be reasonable to assume that I have hairspray
Yeah.
on me? Really?
It's the 80s.
Then
100%.
why don't you hold the flashlight, Mandy? And I have my, and I got my.
Yo, the
Hairspray.
torch.
If
Oh,
we
okay.
need it.
This is exact. Yes, please. That was what I totally forgot about hairspray. That was my
Fuck
like
yeah.
thinking earlier.
Everyone
Perfect.
roll a flight check. I guess I will roll for
what?
Shadow.
Is it a
Shadow.
speedy check?
Oh,
This is
it's-
a D20.
it's a flight. It's going to be 8.
8. I got a
Speedy.
7. I'm going to use an adversity to make it an 8.
I got a 7.
I need to explode to even get anything close.
Do you have any adversity tokens, Bryn?
Got a 5.
I
I
do.
also failed.
You can
I got
use
a
1 to
5.
make it an 8.
So anyone who failed is just falling further toward the back. It doesn't mean necessarily take an adversity token if you failed, but that means you're all going to tendrils are going to attempt to grab you. So you're gonna have to make another check if you're in the back.
Can I make a fight check in the back for that?
Yeah,
And or a grit to maintain the light? What do
yeah, you
think?
can do that. Either one.
And what am I trying to beat?
5.
Okay.
Well, I failed as well, so I guess
beat
I'm
You
rolling.
could do you not want
I
to use
beat
an
the
adversity
5.
to?
No.
Is this for being grabbed?
So the flight check was to decide if we have to do a fight check.
Yeah, anyone who failed the flight. Oh my god. Here's what happens because Shadow also failed. You guys fall behind a little bit, and the Shadow, not Shadow, the character, but the tendrils begin to catch up, and you're fighting them off a decent amount. What did you roll for the fight?
I rolled a 7, and I think I had to beat a 5.
You're
right?
fighting them off behind you, but you don't see them begin to go in front of you. You don't see them surround you and go to the very front of you as they cut you off, and Mandy keeps going without having seen. Mandy, There is a wall of darkness. You can't see anybody, and it's so deep that the flashlight does not get through it. You are alone. You don't know where they are. What would you do?
So, oh fuck. So I'm standing here, and I call back. I'm like, so the lights just go out, right? Like like suddenly it's dark.
It's
around
only
me.
dark, like the entire hallway. It's like just that hallway is gone. You can't see anything. It's just a wall of darkness.
I'm like still facing forward, and I like turn around. I'm like, Siggy, everybody.
You begin to you fight off the you're the flashlight, Jennifer. You're using it on all the characters or all the tendrils around you. The wall begins to move toward you, Mandy, and it begins to fold out and starts to surround you.
I'm gonna I like start to panic, and I'm gonna run up the stairs.
Your fear. Remind me what your fear is.
My fear is being abandoned, and I feel like I've been abandoned.
Oh no.
A quick section on fear. When faced with your fear, you must make snap decisions. You cannot spend adversity tokens to help your friends. Depending on the severity of the fear, you have to make all checks with a -3 penalty. You are completely alone as it surrounds you. Make a flight check. Difficulty 15.
Oh God.
What's your die
okay.
for flight?
My die is 10.
Oh no.
So I rolled.
Can't even help.
Oh my! I rolled a 4.
That's a 1 because it's a -3, right?
Is it a -3?
Yes, that's a 1.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
Is it possible? Do I notice that this has happened at this point? Like, could I help?
There is that wall also on your side. I believe you can't help someone who's facing their fear.
Oh, is that true?
I would like to try the hairspray fire at some point.
Yeah.
I don't think we have. Yeah, I don't think we're able to do that right now if we can't help.
Take an adversity token.
Oh God! Is this a combat roll?
I guess.
I add 3 to the negative number, so I'm at a 4.
That's a lot better for a combat roll. That's a lot better for a combat roll.
Because what is it? Because if it was a combat roll and you're like, well, okay, wouldn't it be -15 or lower? It's still negative. Well, is it that much better? I think it's about the same, but it's a little bit better.
You are gone. You are
Gone?
lost. You're completely. You are walking and trying to find where you're going, and you just can't see anything. And you have completely lost your sense of direction, and there's darkness all around you. You could be anywhere in the school.
Okay. I'm like looking around and I start calling out like everybody's name. Siggy? Varun? Jennifer? Abe?
Siggy, roll a fight for your hairspray thing.
What am I beating? Before I tell you what it is.
A 5.
If I match it,
That counts.
Meets it, beats it.
meets it, beats it.
A
Little Caesars.
pushes through the wall, and it disperses away from it, and there is nothing. You can see the hallway, but Mandy is not there.
Oh my God.
Abe, can you ask your friend if they might know where Mandy went?
Yeah. I mean, are we really that out? Yeah. Shadow, where do you know where Mandy is?
Silence.
Do I see Shadow?
Shadow
Okay.
is there,
Okay.
just staring forward.
Do you know where we could find her? Upstairs at the pool.
I think I run up. I think I rush up.
You all run forward. So yeah, here's
I don't know about everybody else. I think I rush up.
or whoever.
I follow my girlfriend, I guess.
Follow my step cousin.
I'll follow the closest thing I have to a daughter.
Oh no.